Hi, I'm Reverend Jake Zabe, and welcome to Children's Bible Stories. Alright children, today's story is going to be the first of the 10 plagues, the plague of blood. So, Aaron and Moses had just spoken to Pharaoh and had performed the miracle of turning Aaron's staff into a snake. And the Bible said that Pharaoh's heart was hardened and that he wouldn't let the people go. And so Moses and Aaron left. The word of the Lord came to Moses and said, "Take the staff which was turned into a snake and go down to the Nile River and meet the Pharaoh in the morning when he comes down to the river." So Pharaoh is probably coming down to the river to take a bath in the morning, and as he comes down, God said that Moses and Aaron were to go and meet him and again ask him to let my people go into the wilderness so that they can worship the Lord. And when Pharaoh refused, God had told Moses to say to Aaron, "Take the staff which you used to turn into a snake and strike the Nile with it." So Aaron went down to the river and he struck it with his staff. And then the river turned to blood. And the fish died and the water stank. But God's plague did not end there, because it tells us that not only did the water in the river turn to blood, but all the rivers in their springs and in their ponds turned to blood as well. Even in the houses of the Egyptian citizens, all the water in their jugs and their buckets all turned to blood as well. So even the water that Aaron hadn't even touched turned to blood. And everybody was distraught because they had no water to drink. But Pharaoh wasn't bothered again, and he hardened his heart even more. And he called his magicians, Yambres and Janus, again, and they, using their demonic incantations, also turned water into blood. And so Pharaoh hardened his heart even more. And then the people, because they had no water to drink, they had to go and dig new wells. And the water in those wells, God had kept as water, so that the Egyptians didn't all have to die from having nothing to drink. And Pharaoh continued to harden his heart, and he wouldn't believe. And that's our story for the first plague, children. Join us next time as we look at the second plague.